Thanks for tuning in to Unbreakable with Chris Chamasiros. So I have a lot to talk about today. First, I want to start with Palantir CEO Alex Karp. He is a threat to humanity. He is a threat to our republic. This AI situation, I mean, remember, Elon Musk has been saying for years that the biggest threat to humanity is AI. These psychopaths, these sickos, they want to replace our government. They want to replace our government, our democracy. I shouldn't call it a democracy, but I should call it a republic. Excuse me. Our republic. They want to replace our republic with AI. They want the government to be ran by an outer source, like an AI government. They want total control over your life. They want to know every single movement that you make. They want to replace labor. They want to replace the workforce with AI. And you've been being warned over and over again. You know, there was an Asian guy that came out the other day that was talking about this, saying that all jobs are going to be lost. This is the plan that they have for America. President Trump is fully aware of this type of these situations. President Trump is fully aware of this type of evil. And until you get an America first president, an America first candidate that wins, we're going to keep going down this very dangerous road. And when you think about the word labor, I don't want you to just think about laboring like you're moving cinder blocks or you're laboring. I want you to think creativity. I want you to think about building something. If you're laboring something, labor is sacred. Laboring for an idea, laboring to build something, even just physical labor, it makes a man feel his worth. It's sacred. It's very, very sacred in all three different forms that I just mentioned. And if they take this away from you, where you can't, you know, they're even AI on YouTube, they're trying to make the YouTubers AI. They want the actors, they want them to be AI. DoorDash, all these blue collar jobs, they want it to be robot controlled and AI. So what is left for you? What is left for you as a human? You cannot labor. You cannot build anything. You cannot create anything because it's all taken over by AI. And this is a very, very dangerous road that we've been warned about. I remember when Elon Musk, before he started to, I'm very confused about Elon Musk these days. Very confused about how to feel about him. If he's for humanity, if he's against humanity. I don't, I'm not sure. I mean, we all saw what he did with Doge, and supposedly the incident with Doge, 90% of the fraud was committed by Democrats. And then the 10% that he found with Republicans, that President Trump didn't want him to discuss that or talk about it or bring it out into the light. Supposedly that's why he was fired and they had that big incident. But when Elon Musk did go to Obama when Obama first got elected, and he tried to explain how dangerous AI was to civilization. And Obama just left him out of the office. But then again, Hussein probably already knew this, and he was laughing him out of the office because that's what he wants, because his life will not be affected. He'll be able to survive. He has enough money, food, connections that he doesn't have to worry about anything like this. And when you see somebody like Alex Karp talk, he is a threat to humanity. He is a threat to the United States of America. Peter Thiel, all of these guys that are involved in this AI, and we are already living under an AI state. We're already being watched, listened to. All our devices are being monitored. We're already living in it. But they just haven't implemented the final steps where we're going to get rid of American politicians. We're going to get rid of the system that we have now. And they're going to set up this AI government. And The only way that we can stop this is by putting an American first candidate. This 24-hour surveillance where the government, I believe 9/11 was an inside job. This is what I believe about 9/11. Right away, people say, you really think that the American government let them fly planes into buildings? You really believe that, our government did that? No. What our government did was they understand the threats. They hear the threats. All they do is give a stand down order. You want me to believe that these lunatics that did that on 9/11, that our Air Force couldn't have intercepted those planes of course they could have. Of course they could have. It's called looking the other way. It's called a stand down order. And then our government pretends, oh, we got to implement the Patriot Act and we got to take away all your privacy for your own safety. It's all for your safety. Meanwhile, as they have an open border and terrorists walk across the border by the thousands and our government has no clue where they are. And the reason why they're doing that is because they want a catastrophic event to make another excuse to go to war. That's why they're doing that. That's why they're allowing that. I'm not trying to take the video in that direction. I'm trying to stick to the topic today. I know it's very hard. When you're dealing with psychopaths and lunatics, labor is very, very important, especially for a young man. When you work for something, you really appreciate it more. And that's one of the bigger problems in our society. It's like, you see some of these streamers like Neon and Aiden Ross, and they really have no schedule. They have no routine. They're not laboring for anything. They put a camera on, and then they just, to me, I guess the saying is they're not about shit. They're not about anything. They're not about anything. And I think that's done intentionally because millions upon millions of young people will look at that and they'll be like, that's the life I want. I want that easy life. I don't want to physically labor for something. I don't want to create anything. I don't want to build anything. I don't want to make my community and my country a better place. And that's very, very dangerous when you have millions upon millions of young people that have this ideology. It's super dangerous. The government wants weak men so they can control weak men. If they have a weak populace, they're easier to control. And I think we have a lot. I think this is super, super deep. I think there's some biblical. This is Satan in itself. This ideology is Satan. And we're going down a very, very dangerous road with this. Again, when you think about the word labor, don't just think about physical labor, even though that's very, very important to a young person. There's nothing better for your soul than laboring for something, whether it's exercise. You put your workout in and you labored for it and you feel good about yourself mentally. What do they do now? They'll hand you Ozempic. Oh, you don't got to work out. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Just take this pill and you lose 50 pounds. You don't feel good about yourself. You're not laboring for it. Also, the word labor could mean you're going to build something. You have thoughts, you have ideas, you have art. You want to create something. You're a creator. So if they take that ability away from human or mankind, the ability to labor for anything, what are you at this point? What does that do to morale? It makes you feel like nothing. You're nothing. It takes your soul out of your body. And what are you at that point? What are you? And that's why I say labor is very, very sacred. It's very, very important to mankind, to human life. Somebody like Alex Karp is a threat to humanity. He is a threat to humanity. He is a threat to our existence here. He is a threat to our republic. He is a threat to living like a free American that has the ability to create things, to build something. This is a threat to our republic. Make no mistake about it. Let me jump into the Jimmy Dore show so he could play the video of Alex Karp, this lunatic, this psychopath. This man this is terrorism. This is not good for our country at all. And people keep taking this as a joke, like, oh, what do you think this is? The Terminator? You think that's that type of? Yeah, I do. Honestly, yeah, I do to some degree. Just because the Terminator is an actual. Elon Musk is building those types of robots right now. You see them doing karate. You see them fighting and doing all types of stuff. Stop with this dangerous mentality that it can't happen to us. You need to stop thinking like that. We are already living in a prison society. You can't do anything. You can't do anything. You can't ride a dirt bike outside. That you can't go on. Your taxes pay for fields. Every time you try to go on a field to do exercise or walk around, there's a sign, you can't go on this field. Who are you people? My taxes pay that field. You can't keep me off this field if there's not a team playing on it. Who are you to tell me I can't go in the woods and ride an ATV or ride a four-wheeler? The government puts up signs. You can't do that. Oh, you can't fish here. You can't do this. It's a prison planet. And that's not good enough for these psychopaths that there's millions upon millions of these laws. That's not good enough. Now they want to surveil you 24 hours a day. They want to go through your emails. They want to see you on camera, everything you're doing, you're thinking. We all know that the phone is reading your thoughts. We all know that, right? Oh, you're insane. No, I'm not. How many times have you thought something and you looked at your computer and what you were thinking about popped up on the computer? You don't think your iPhone, you don't think they have the technology to read your thoughts? You don't think they're doing to unlock your phone, you could put your face to the phone, or they're scanning your eyes, your retinals. You don't think it's not good enough. The millions of laws to make you live in a prison planet, that's not good enough. Surveilling you 24 hours a day is not good enough. And now they want to take it a step further and they want to replace our republic, making an AI government. Because it's never good. These are very dangerous people. It's satanic. And the only way to stop this is to vote a president a president that's America first. That's going to put the United States of America first. That's going to put a stop to this immediately. I mean, there's three things as president of the United States you need to do immediately. Number one, the border. It's not optional. You're not a country without a border. Number two, dual citizenship. You can't. If you want to have dual citizenship, go live in the country that you love so much. And number three, this surveillance state needs to stop. And that's just like the first three things. There's a million things on the list. Literally, I'm going to go over them one day. I'm just not going to do that video today. As the president of the United States, these three things are like, as soon as you sit down in the office on the first day, this needs to be taken care of. This is not a joke. Think about the production that used to go on in the United States of America. Our tools, our cars, everything was made here. Our manufacturing. This was good for our people. This was good for our people. It gave them pride. It gave them a sense of being. It gave them a sense of belonging. It gave them a community. And what did the elites do? We have to weaken them. We have to make them feel like this fight is worthless. We have to take away the American spirit of freedom and building and creating, because that will crush their spirit. That's what these elites have done. That's what people like Alex Karp want. It's not good enough that they want you to live in poverty. They want to crush your human spirit. They want to crush you. Make no mistake about it. Jump into the video.
So you remember this guy? This is Alex Karp. He's
yes.
He's a meth head and also the head of Palantir. Palantir, which, by the way, has all your...
Look at this guy interviewing with his legs crossed. I'd have much better interviewing tactics, you could say, than this piece of garbage. See, my people are going to live free. I will free my people from this type of garbage. The American populace, we are not going to be governed by AI or by psychopaths like this who want to crush the human spirit ever.
Your data. It's the so you know how the government isn't legally allowed to spy on you, even though they do. Well, Palantir is a private company that was actually funded and started by the CIA and works for this. Their one client seems to be the CIA. Anyway, this is Palantir. He's in charge of the surveillance state that you now live under. And remember when he flipped out during a interview with this guy? Remember he was doing this?
I made a lot of decisions when we began talking, annoying each other 10 years ago. Hopefully I'm annoying you as much as 10 years ago or more. When I made you know this, every decision.
So
can you believe a piece of shit like this is the one that thinks that he's going to end humanity or end our freedom or end our government? Do you see this weasel? Doesn't this make you mad? Shouldn't this make you livid when you see this scum and this filth? He thinks that he is going to oppress all of us to the point where our spirits are crushed. The American spirit, the fighting spirit, the free spirit of Americans. This doesn't make you angry because this enrages me.
So he's back at it.
That's an early 90s Tom Arnold I'm looking at.
Yeah. So he's back at it. And he's Palantir Technology CEO Alex Karp couldn't stay seated in his chair as he proudly stated, "We kill people sometimes," while speaking to his shareholders. This is
Comb
real.
your hair before you say that shit.
Oh. So let's watch. And I can't wait for this day to end when the guys who are the most powerful business guys in the room show up in T-shirts.
Don't worry. When I'm president, I'll be in a suit and tie every day. The hair will be cut. The beard will be off. Because I'm coming for business. I mean business. This is business. This is serious business. And you're going to know it is. Because we are not putting up with this at all. Ever. This is not going to be accepted in the United States of America when I'm in power. Ever.
I guess Simon Cowell kind of started that by hosting a national television show in a T-shirt instead of wearing a collared shirt and looking nice. So now every asshole in the world wants to wear a T-shirt when they go to work because it makes them look, oh, he must really be powerful because look, he can dress like it's laundry day when he goes to work. When he's he's doing an earnings, he's doing a call to his investors.
That's my dream to do that, to wear an undershirt while I talk to my jerk-off investors, and they have to tolerate. They probably got dressed up too.
So here we go.
Sweatpants.
Oh, here we go. Ready? And so let's listen to what he said.
Alex, as always, we have a lot of individual investors on the line. Is there anything you'd like to say before we end the call?
We're doing it. We're doing it. And I'm sure you're enjoying this as much as I am. Let's not talk to analysts about the burden of being right. Our burdens of investing in ontology, our burdens of actually looking at the math, the burden of reading what the rule of 40 is. I'll
promise I'll stop stopping it, but this rodent couldn't be in my presence.
Burden of being honest about what an enterprise software company is, or the burden of explaining to your friends that you're really happy. Maybe we should just stop talking about it. I'm very happy to have you along for the journey, and you are partners for us. Every Palantirian, we are crushing it. Everyone else who's listening, we are dedicating our company. We have dedicated our company to the service of the West and the United States of America, and we're super proud of the role we play, especially in places we can't talk about. And we love our success in the U.S. and globally. Also, we are doing in the United Kingdom and many other places. Palantir is here to disrupt and make the institutions we partner with the very best in the world. And when it's necessary, to scare enemies and on occasion kill them. And
so on occasion kill his enemies. And who are his enemies? You know who his enemies are? Anybody that has a problem with what he's doing. And I have a big problem with this. And this needs to be banned from America. And President Trump knows all about this. And of course, he'll turn a blind eye to it. But I assure you, you're going to get a candidate sooner or later that doesn't. And this will be expelled from our country also. I promise you. Sorry about the commercial.
Jimmy,
Yeah. Yes, Kurt.
I just killed a man, Jimmy. Woo! I hope that's annoying. Woo! We're doing it, Jimmy.
His hair looks like he had his photo taken while falling into the abyss. That's what it looks like. Look, show him.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
All right, come on with the jokes. It's not really fucking
We're doing
funny.
it.
Let's go.
So
Play
here
the video.
it says, when a CEO treats lethal force like a quirky product feature, that's not bravado. That's rot.
And that is our Palantir logo. Thank you. That's not bravado. That's right. Yeah, sometimes it's right.
Sometimes it's rot. I like what she says. Shannon Watts says, imagine if a woman running a company that earns billions from government contracts showed up at an investor meeting wearing a T-shirt with unbrushed hair and then, while gesturing like a meth addict, celebrated killing people.
That's not what Hillary does.
Yeah. She I think she brushes her hair. She wears a brooch.
If you ever think I'm a little coward roach, enslave my people, you got another thing coming.
She doesn't wear a T-shirt, and she's not doing this the whole time.
Hey, yeah. Hillary sits very still. Sometimes she'll go like this at balloons. Oh, look at his horns.
Kim.com says Peter Thiel and Alex Karp murdered innocent children in Gaza. You're
welcome.
They may have money, but they have no respect. When you see gore videos of Palestinian kids without limbs, those guys are probably involved. Imagine making money by killing children. I couldn't sleep at night. Well, they don't have any problem.
Yeah, well, sometimes we kill children. We're doing it.
I don't know. Kim.com doesn't look like you sleep at night. I don't know if you've looked very closely.
Well, you probably need a CPAP machine, I'd imagine.
Because he doesn't look like he sleeps at all. Kim.com. Maybe he hangs up.
I think you often need a lower purpose.
Nice.
Like the higher.
Seen this movie?
I want to watch it with you.
Oh.
Yeah, but put
I'll
it
do a
in
movie night.
Lord of the Rings terms. Come on, Palantir.
Dr.
and Durham.
Strangelove.
Bilbo.
So let's remember what he has said previously.
You need a higher purpose, and I also think you often need a lower purpose.
Nice.
Like the higher purpose for me.
What's a lower purpose?
Well, I love the idea of getting a drone and having light fentanyl laced urine spraying on analysts who tried to screw us.
A dream?
You see how everybody laughs and they think he's joking? This scumbag's not joking at all. And he thinks of your life that it means absolutely nothing. And his company and him need to be expelled from America. And the only way to do that is to put an America First president. And J.D. Vance, he's on this wave. J.D. Vance and Peter Thiel, they're on the same wave. J.D. Vance is no friend to America or Americans. He should not be your president in 2028 because J.D. Vance is part of this. And he's part of this logic. He's part of this thinking. This whole story that he's from, Ohio, he's a blue-collar guy. His bullshit mama story. Meanwhile, he's big tech in California. You are nothing to these people. Your life means nothing to these types of people. Nothing. They're about global and world domination. They do not care about the United States of America. They do not care about your life. They do not care about God. They don't care about the importance of the future. Your children, there takes certain things in order for you to be a man. The best thing that a young man can do is labor, whether it's build something, create something, work for something. And they want to take that away from American citizens. They are no friend to Americans or America. And this piece of garbage needs to be expelled from our country. His business needs to be closed down, and he could take that garbage somewhere else.
Wow, the lower purpose, spray drug piss on everybody.
Yeah,
Wow.
I got plenty of that, Jimmy. I got plenty of drug piss. I just need you just give me the drone. Show me the lobbyist.
Talk about public enema number one. Am I right? Come on. Come on.
Yeah. Are you sure you would have fentanyl pee there, buddy? It looks like you're on Adderall pee to me.
I can't take him. I got to speed it up a little bit. He's annoying.
To say about
hey, listen, these things are not a joke. So if you're going to make a joke about it, then don't talk about it. You look like a total clown. The time for playtime, the time for games is over. We got another clown as our president right now who's made our entire country look like a complete effing joke because he's weak, he's corrupt, and he's old. And we have an outside country that's controlling the United States of America named Israel. We have an outside country that is running our country. We have a foreign nation that is running the United States of America and laughing about it and joking about it. The time for jokes, it's over.
Alex Karp.
He wrote a book. At its core, this book isn't just a book about AI. It is essentially a manifesto. The Technological Republic, hard power, soft belief, and the future of the West. And what he means by that is pretty radical. The tech elite, Silicon Valley founders, engineers, AI builders shouldn't just build products and chase markets. They should basically function as a governing class, not elected politicians, but a strategic elite working hand in hand with the state to shape the country's direction.
Now we've talked about this. Steve Bannon brought this up when he came on the show. Remember, he was talking about how guys like Peter Thiel and Elon Musk want to be these techno-feudal overlords who rule us, right? And it's not really a democracy, which it's not a democracy anyway. But she's saying that that's their plan. Now, we've talked about this when we had on Derek Bros. He talked about how this has been a plan since World War II to have a techno state.
Well, I guess we're going to have to wait and see about that, won't we? Your plan might be getting spoiled sooner than you think. And remember this before I move on to the next subject. J.D. Vance is part of this mindset. J.D. Vance is part of this plague. J.D. Vance is part of this ideology, and don't ever forget it. We'll see about if this, we're going to see if this is the future of the West, because I guarantee that it's not. Let's move on to Glenn Beck. Glenn Beck says God spoke to him. Another Zionist lunatic.
Fact: most bras aren't made for real breast shapes. And if you've ever felt like no bra...
God has spoken.
Sorry, I'm doing a reaction to a reaction today. I had a lot to do. I had to do a few things. I was kind of getting my information from other shows. So I wanted to just piece it together through that show and then react off of that. I didn't have time just to watch the entire interview.
To Glenn Beck, you guys, and revealed to him at the age of 62 the meaning of his life, the reason why he was born, its sole purpose on planet Earth. Wait for it.
I at times have felt impressions from God, and
oh God, here we go.
About 4 or 5 weeks ago, it was overwhelming. I know why I was born. This is why you are here. This.
Oh, let me guess, Glenn. You were born to save Israel and keep it safe. You and Slum Gino, right? Blowhard Bongino
is why you were born. And it is to stand at these times and to stand for the truth and to stand, not to sound grandiose.
Glenn Beck stands for the truth. Okay, Glenn, you're really putting on an Oscar winning performance today, huh?
But to stand as
spit it out.
Other people in history have stood.
You're a podcast host, sir. A washed up one at that, former Fox News host. You're not George Washington. You're not Martin Luther starting the Protestant Reformation.
Right, come on, man.
You are a podcaster.
Especially for the Jewish people.
Oh, that's what it is. Not for America.
Yeah, not for Americans. You know, it's for Israel and for Jewish people, not stupid old Americans. Oh, you know, I can't take them. These dumb Americans, these stupid goyim, these blue-collar scum of the planet. Aren't you tired of these elitists? Aren't you tired of the Zionists? Aren't you tired of the Alex Karps of the world? How your life means nothing to these people. Zero, zilch. I'm tired of it. Super tired of it.
Born in America, raised in America. He wasn't born to help preserve and protect our country. He was born to protect you, and the woman that he is sitting across from is Marissa Street, however you pronounce it, who is the CEO of PragerU, who just so happens to have been born in Glenn Beck's favorite country and served for the IDF over there in Israel.
Go figure. The media being rigged with Zionists to push the Zionist agenda onto everybody. because so many goyim think that this idiot is actually a decent human being and a good person, Glenn Beck. They think that he has integrity. That's why they're trying to take over the entire media so they could push the Zionist narrative down your throat.
The Israeli Defense Force as a counterintelligence officer. And speaking of Ben Shapiro's favorite country, there are a lot of headlines that started popping up yesterday about how there are leaks within the Department of Defense claiming that Israel and the United States are going to conduct more strikes in Iran, but not just strikes, full-on war. That's not going to be like the quick little job that took down the Venezuelan dictator. This is going to be a rather lengthy war, if there are any truth to these leaks and rumors. But where there's smoke, there's fire. And these same kinds of leaks and rumors started swirling just before the first attack on Iran's nuclear facilities not that long ago. The timing was a little bit off. Some people expected it to occur just around the corner, but it was, I think, like a few weeks, maybe later. And so these reports are claiming that it could be as soon as this weekend. This article from the New York Times does note that President Trump has given no indication that he has made a decision.
It's going to happen by Saturday, so just stop. All right, we all know that. Trump's doing it for Israel. He's not doing it for the benefit of America, and we all know that already.
About how to proceed as diplomatic talks continue. So it also is possible that this is just more saber rattling, trying to coerce Iran into agreeing with another nuclear deal or a disarmament deal. But we all know how the neocons and the Republican industrial complex feels about Israel, as Lindsey Graham proudly proclaims. This is not a deep fake meme, by the way. I know it seems like a meme because it's just so over the top insane. This is a real clip. This is Lindsey Graham holding a sign. They're obviously supporting more for Israel. They just need more of our tax dollars. Just $4 billion a year isn't enough. But Glenn Beck's new revelation from God actually isn't new. 2 years ago, he was talking about his Israel obsession syndrome and begging Benjamin Netanyahu to grant him citizenship over there.
I don't know why I was born, but there is something.
You see this putz? You see this fat loser? You see this fat, sloppy, corrupt loser? This is what happens when you don't labor for something. This is what happens when you don't work for something. This is what happens to young men when you, if any young men see this, when you're corrupt, when you're a paid Zionist, this is what you turn into. A fat, pathetic pile of slop that will lie and shill for Israel and just take the easy road. It creates weak men. It creates corrupt men. It also creates men like Donald Trump. That's what it creates. And you don't ever want to be this type of man. See, money is not what defines you as a man. I know we've been all led to believe that money is the definitive purpose in your life, and that's what defines you as a man. No, that's not what defines you as a man. Money is important because without it, you can't have a good life. Money makes you more comfortable. Is it important? Yeah, it's important. But your integrity, what you stand for, your principles are more important than money. And when people know that you live by those principles and you follow those principles and you would die on a hill for those principles, that's what makes you the kind of man you are. And this fat piece of slop and Alex Karp, another coward, another worm, the Benjamin Netanyahus of the world, the President Trumps of the world, who no matter what, no amount of money or power or land is good enough. That's not the type of man that you ever want to be, ever. And that's why people like Alex Karp are trying to take your ability away from you to labor, because they don't want you to have any foundation. They don't want you to have any moral compass. They want you to be corrupt, weak, and evil just like them, because men like that are easy to control. Some people can't be bought. I can't be bought. Some people can't be reasoned with. I can't be reasoned with when it comes to my principles as far as America first. I'm going to put America and my people first before any You could not offer me anything that would make me change course on those principles. And people like this pile of garbage, they stand for nothing. They are weak men. They are cowards. Trump is a coward. He's a weak man.
Thing about the state of Israel that connects deeply to me.
There's something about the United States that connects deeply to me because
yeah, it's not the United States of America. He feels a deep connection with Israel. Is that because they funded your whole show? Is that because they manipulated the market for you and Ben Shapiro? When you look up conservative podcasters, Ben Shapiro and everybody that works for Ben Shapiro and Glenn Beck, you all pop up under conservative podcasters. So without them, could you imagine this fat pile of slop working a construction job? Could you imagine Benjamin Netanyahu being a laborer? Could you imagine Ben Shapiro doing that? Could you imagine Mark Levin or Alan Dershowitz working that type of job, even in their prime as young men? By lunchtime, they'd be in an ambulance. I can't take out, you know, the weak piles of slop that they truly are.
I was born here. This is my country. This is my homeland. This is my backyard. This is the place that I care about. I'll spare you any more of his babbling, but he goes on to read a letter that he wrote and sent over to Israel, begging them for citizenship. He wants citizenship in a foreign country.
Just read the letter, man.
Dual citizenship in a foreign country. But you're not supposed to say that certain people may have.
I'm going to make sure I don't piggyback again like this because he's really annoying me more than the topic right now. But again, I was pressed for time today.
It's called dual allegiance or dual loyalty. That would be a terrible anti over there in the Middle East. Joe Biden and here in
with BB
upset that Joe Biden dared to do that in front of a Jew.
And here's Joe Biden in a meeting with Bibi Netanyahu when he makes the sign of a cross, which I go ahead.
And our friendship goes a long way.
All righty, there he is, making the sign of a cross, which, you know, I don't generally think is a good idea to do while you're in the presence of the prime minister.
So what do we?
So hold on a minute. You can't make the sign of a cross in front of Benjamin Netanyahu, the prime minister of Israel. I thought that it was the Christian-Judeo relationship. I thought that America and Israel, they were their two greatest allies. But that's so insulting to Benjamin Netanyahu and the Zionists. You know why? Because the Christian-Judeo relationship that you get preached to by all these Christian churches is a lie. It's total garbage, and it's to make you support Israel blindly. And they absolutely despise and hate Jesus Christ. And if you went over to Israel as a Christian wearing a cross, you know what would happen to you? They'd be spitting all over you. They'd be attacking you. And Glenn Beck knows it, and Benjamin Netanyahu knows it, and all the Zionists know it. But you're not allowed to talk about it. But I'm going to keep talking about it because that's what the truth is. And that's what you're dealing with. And President Trump knows that this goes on. And President Trump looks into that camera every single day and he lies to you and he lies to the American public about his actions and why we're going to war with Iran. And he's doing it for one reason only, two reasons: for Israel and his big Zionist donors. And that's why we're headed into World War III. That's it. Iran was never going to attack the United States of America. We've been hearing that they've had nuclear weapons or going to make a nuclear bomb from Benjamin Netanyahu for the last 35, 45 years, and it's a complete lie. And Iran did not try to assassinate President Trump. That was the Zionists because he was going to release the Epstein files. And I'm going to keep saying the same thing over and over and over again until you do your own research or it clicks in your mind. I'm done with Beck too. I can't. And this guy, thanks for letting me piggyback a little bit, but I just can't with you. So I'm going to move on to the next story. Let's go to Mark Levin acting like a total psychopath. I love seeing this fat pile of slop when he just loses his mind. What a weak man.
Scorpius? eBay. Limited drop. And then there's Mark Levin.
I'm not gonna let him talk. I'm just gonna play where Mark Levin talks, and then I'm gonna react to it.
Content to lead us off. So let's see Mark Levin's opening to his new show, The Case for America. Let's see.
So when people attack our founding, the Judeo-Christian belief system, which is the core of the Declaration, they're attacking our country. They're attacking the very essence of our country.
And this is the biggest lie that they try to preach, that it's a Christian Judeo relationship and it's the foundation of America. It's not the foundation of America. America was built off Americans and Christians. I got bad news for you.
What took place 250 years ago.
And Catholics, excuse me, you know. Protestants also.
They're attacking our history.
Who's our?
So if you're Tucker Carlson.
Carlson.
And you're constantly trashing Jews or Israel, Zionism. And Zionism simply means what? A Jewish homeland.
That's not what Zionism means. Zionism means Jewish supremacy and putting Israel before everything, including America. So this is another lie that he likes to tell over and over again. Continuously playing the victim.
You know, Muslims have over 50 Jewish homelands. Over 50 majority Muslim countries. Nobody attacks them for having majority Muslim countries. What Islamists are attacked for is trying to destroy anybody who doesn't agree with them. They're Christian majority countries. Ours, as an example, I proudly underscore the fact that this is a Christian majority country, and thank God for that. Because Judaism and Christianity do embrace the Enlightenment.
Don't worry, Mark. You're losing more and more support every single day from Christians, and they're all going to be going back to the Catholic Church pretty soon. And I hope that I play a huge hand in that.
And
just like your boy Charlie Kirk, who is going to leave the Christian Church and go back to Catholic. I can't even pronounce it. Catholicism. Being a Catholic, I should just say. Don't worry. We're going to make sure that happens by the thousands. Don't worry, Mark. You just keep going with this lie. Keep going down this road. It's just going to make more people leave the Christian. I will never step foot in a Christian church ever again in my life.
The basis of the Declaration. And you can see what a fantastic society was created. So if you're one of these so-called influencers and podcasters.
Wait, a beautiful society was created until our society went into debt because we're giving Israel billions upon billions of dollars, the country the size of New Jersey. And we're constantly in a state of debt, and the country is being destroyed from our so-called greatest ally. But Mark Levin, he just can't say that. That would make too much sense in his brain. Why are we always in debt as a country? Why are we borrowing from our adversaries to give to Israel, and then it puts the United States taxpayers into debt? Does that make any sense as your greatest ally? Doesn't make sense to me.
Who keep attacking a particular faith, Judaism, or Christian Zionists.
Nobody is attacking your faith. Nobody cares how you view Jesus. Nobody's attacking your faith at all. Nobody is saying these things because somebody is Jewish. They're saying these things because the country of Israel has AIPAC, a foreign entity in the United States of America, that is controlling and corrupting our politicians and bringing us into endless wars and putting us into endless debt. That is the issue, Mark Levin. So stop gaslighting and stop trying to play the victim and pretend it's because, you are worshiping Judaism or whatever you're in the Torah or whatever you're reading. Nobody cares about that part. You use that as a crutch and a tool and as a victim card to get what you want.
No. Who keep platforming people who attack Jewish people or Christian people who are believers, or keep platforming foreign governments that are led by people who completely reject the American founding and the American system. Oh, they'll work with it. They'll spend money on it. They'll try to influence it. They'll try to control it. That is, these other countries. But they reject it completely. If you're one of those podcasters, one of those influencers, a phrase I don't even like, but if you're one of them, you are attacking this country every bit as violently as Islamists and Marxists.
Wow.
You're aiding and abetting them.
Now I'm a terrorist and a Marxist because I want America to be first before Israel. Do you believe the nerve of this slime? Do you believe the nerve of this spineless coward? The gall on him? We have given these people billions of dollars. We have given them everything they want, and it's just not good enough. If you don't think that America should keep doing that, you're Al Qaeda, you're a terrorist, you're supporting violence. The arrogance of this man, the arrogance of these Zionists is just unreal. The ungratefulness is like off the charts.
So Mark Levin says you're a terrorist.
I'm done. I'm just going to move on from Mark Levin. Mark Levin is just total psychotic garbage. And the arrogance of them all. It's just like these Zionists really think, oh, you don't want to give Israel $45 billion a year for the next 50 years and pay for all our health care? You're a terrorist. No, Mark Levin, the only terrorist is you. Because you want the United States of America to be second to a foreign country. And you live in America. So who's the real terrorist, Mark Levin? You are. So in England today, they arrested one of the guys in the Epstein files, this King Charles, the younger brother of Prince Charles. Who knows? I don't really care. And it's like everybody keeps saying, "Oh, look, England arrested one of the prince." Well, here's my take on that. He must have really pissed off the wrong person. Because this is kind of like unheard of. Andrew arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office. As King says, law must take its course. Another disgusting pedophile that I'm sure was rubbing elbows with Trump and Trump's whole administration. Andrew released under investigation after arrest on suspicion of misconduct in public office. What's the misconduct? Oh, that's right, sexually assaulting children. But hey, let's leave that part out. Let's leave the best part out. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor is pictured returning to Sangram Estate after his arrest this morning on suspicion of misconduct in public office. Earlier, the former prince was photographed reclined in the back of a vehicle, leaving Ashlam Police Station in Norfolk about 1900 GMT. In an update from Thames Valley Police, the force says that Andrew has been released under investigation and searches in Norfolk have ended. King Charles did not respond to questions about Andrew's arrest as he attended an event in central London earlier. The king, who was not told of the arrest in advance, yeah, sure he wasn't. I don't believe that for a minute. Released a statement saying the law must take its course. Prince William and Catherine are understood to support his remarks. The arrest, first reported by the BBC, comes after Thames Valley Police said they were assessing a complaint over the alleged sharing of a confidential material by the former prince with late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Andrew, who turned 66 today, has previously denied any wrongdoing in relation to Epstein. Yeah, sure you did. Sure you weren't doing nothing. No, it was nothing to see there. Better hope Bongino and Kash Patel don't investigate because they'll just turn a blind eye to it. He has not responded to the BBC's request for comment on the specific allegations in relation to the release of millions of Epstein files in January. It's whatever. Yeah, Trump's going to make a comment. What are you going to say about it, Trump? What are you going to say about it? Just, Trump, just be quiet. Do yourself a favor. So on the Megyn Kelly show today, I'm not going to play it because I'm going on too long, but on the Megyn Kelly show today, she had some guest on. And evidently, Israel was Jeffrey Epstein's brother owned a building in Manhattan. And Jeffrey Epstein was in charge of the building, but it's been confirmed that people in the Israeli government or work for the Israeli government put cameras all throughout the building to tape their sexcapades, to tape the sexual assaults of underage children. But hey, what are we being told? What are we being told? Jeffrey Epstein didn't work for the Israeli government. He worked for Russia. Aren't we being told that Jeffrey Epstein worked for Russia? And it's confirmed. It's 1,000% accurate. Go to the Megyn Kelly show. She talks about it. She has a guest on that the Israeli government was putting cameras in Jeffrey Epstein's, his brother's building. Jeffrey Epstein ran the building to tape all the shenanigans that were going on inside there. You know, I love Megyn Kelly too. Now she's playing this whole new role. Like Megyn Kelly's been in the media for like, what, 30, 40, 50 years. It's kind of like Tucker. It's kind of like all of them, every single one of them. Nobody is going to make me believe that if you work for Fox News and you're like really plugged in with the upper echelon of media, nobody is going to make me. Megyn Kelly wants you to believe that she didn't know what Epstein was up to, that she didn't know that the Clintons were up to this. Like, you know, Bill Clinton, you know, Slick Willie, they all turned a blind to Slick Willie sexually assaulting women and doing all types of inappropriate things with women for years. And they all know it. Megyn Kelly knows it. Tucker knows it. But, you know, when Democrats and Republicans are all in the same party, they're not going to bring up certain things and they'll just look the other way and pretend that it didn't happen. And now I love all of Megyn Kelly's fake outrage all of a sudden. And now she's trying to act like she's in the middle and she's based. And, you know, for the last 40, 50 years that she wasn't, you know, out of her own mouth, she says, I'm a Zionist. And she, you know, pushed the Zionist slop for 40, 50 years too, just like Tucker Carlson. And now she's trying to pretend like she's so outraged by all this behavior that's going on with Epstein and Trump and the Clintons and everybody that's involved. Megyn, let's be serious. You knew exactly about all of this going on, just like Tucker Carlson. Just like everybody that worked in media for all those years. So you're not fooling anybody. You're not coming across as based. You're not coming across in the middle. We all know that you're part of the establishment. We all know that you're part of the media machine. And you're not going to jump into a new wave or ride a new wave and invent yourself. Yeah, you might still have your following because you're always going to have idiots that just believe what you say. But the people that really know what's going on, the people that really understand the evil in this country, the people that really understand that there's not two parties. They're all working for one country in the Middle East named Israel. The Republicans and Democrats are all working for one party, and that party is Benjamin Netanyahu in Israel. They're not working for the American people. You're not fooling anybody, Megyn Kelly. You're not fooling anybody, Tucker Carlson. Tucker's whole, like, I don't know what's going on there because it's really weird. I don't trust Tucker at all either. You cannot go to your job for 40, 50 years on TV and lie like that into the camera for 40, 50 years. And then all of a sudden you just woke up one day and like they knew that they were lying. It's not like they got bad information. You get, like, for instance, I make a video, I get bad information. And then a couple days later, I realized that it was bad information. And then I get on here and I'm like, hey, sorry. You know, I got the information from this source. It wasn't a good source. I need to apologize. I need to backtrack on that. Have you ever heard Megyn Kelly or Tucker say things like that? No, and they never will. Because they were part of this media machine for like 50 years, pushing the Zionist agenda on all of us, pushing the Judeo-Christian relationship, which is a total lie on all of us. The Christian-Judeo relationship means one thing. It means America second, third, and last. And it means Israel first. And you're either America first or that's it. There's no such thing as Republicans or Democrats. It's the same party. So you're either America first or you're with that garbage. And for years, Megyn Kelly, Sean Hannity, Chris Cuomo, they were all part of the reason why the United States of America is in the debt that we have now. They are the reason why we have the problems that we have now because they were hired to brainwash and influence the masses to their own demise. And they never once said to themselves, I can't do this anymore. They took all that money for 40, 50 years And now they want to act like they're based. And now they want to act like they're pillars of righteousness. Well, it's too late for all of you. And with that being said, thanks for tuning in to Unbreakable with Chris Chamasaros.